Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to our City Skylines Green Cities Cleanup Crew Challenge playthrough. And this is the work that I've done on our park. Nothing major, nothing massive, but a little bit of work. I have slightly extended the landmass that we have here, and it was mentioned to me in the comments that I may possibly have blocked off the source, the underground source of the lake. Apparently, on Grave Cinder's playthrough on this, he accidentally damaged the water source on his lake when he put an island on his, and his lake just started gradually draining. I have been keeping an eye on it while I've been building and doing some stuff. And what I've also done, you might not see them. There we go. There's one of them just below the surface. I put some marker stones down here as well, just to kind of get a rough, I mean, they're not perfectly level, but I've put them down to keep an eye on the tide level, or the water level inside our lake here. There's another one somewhere over here, I think. Yeah, just there. So I've put a few marker stones down just so I can keep an eye on the water level and see if it does actually change. But so far, everything's fine, so I'm not too worried about that. What I have done as far as the park goes is make a few little adjustments to a few bits and bobs. Now, I was getting problems with trash starting to build up on here. Now, in terms of fire and police and medical, no problem at all, because we've got our helicopter depots all the way just over here. So getting medical treatment or emergency response over to the island was absolutely fine, but getting trash collected from the island was a bit of a problem. And so I can imagine got a police car on here. Oh, of course, yes. Of course we've got a police car on here. This is the reason why I'm talking about this. So there was the problem with trash, and then there was also the problem with occasional deaths on the island as well. No way to retrieve those bodies. So I relented and I had to put a bridge in. So I built a little road around the edge of the island just here, as you can see. And then I used the dirt road to build a wooden bridge going over the island, or going over the water to connect to the island like this, because I think that looks really cool, that kind of covered wooden bridge like that. I really do like that. And that's just used making the dirt road as a bridge. And if you build it straight and at the right height, then you will get that kind of covering. Otherwise, it'll just be sort of like the wooden bridge with the side railings and no cover. I like it with that cover though. So there is our bridge to connect to the island. We're still keeping the ferry going, but we have to have that kind of road access as well, so that we can get, you know, garbage collections in here, and we could also get some ambulances in here for corpse removal, or hearses for corpse removal as and where necessary. I've also zoned the island as well. So you can see, just by chance, it actually popped up the name Florence Park, which is perfect for our park. And so we have Florence Park, which is the zone of the island, apart from this little bit here, Fawn Square. And I wanted to have some hotels on this area, because this is our big theme park, with another theme park, placeable just there as well. So it's an extension of this, essentially. So I wanted to have some hotels to service that. So as you can see, we've got these 3 hotels that have popped up there with a little bit of leisure zoning, and then the rest of it is tourist zoning, and we've got a little bit more commercial down here, and that's what these are. These are tourist buildings, which are the same for the rest of the island. So this park here is covered by tourism as well. And inside the park itself, you can see we've got our entrance to Chirpy Land over here, or Fun World as the park is officially called. And as we go into the entrance, we have got some arcade gaming booths just over here, 4 of them, and I've arranged them in that kind of sort of expanded circle kind of shape, with the road running between the middle of them. And then we've also got a set of public loos just at the end there. I'm not actually sure if people can actually access those. There's someone sat on the end of them, so I'm guessing, yes, there we go, we can actually see people are able to physically use them. I wasn't sure, plonking it at the end of the path, whether that would work or not, but we can see that is working. Over here we have got ourselves a little cafe. On the other side we've got our gift shop, and that's our entranceway just there. And as we come around the corner, we've got a piggy train, which is very cool. In fact, let's actually let's go in on foot. Let's walk around our park. There we go. We're a very old man here. Let's see. We've got emergency workers. Do I want to go around as an elephant? I could go around as a seagull. Oh, perfect. Perfect. There we go. We're going to go around as a bouncy crocodile. So we have the little piggy train just over here. He's doing flips and tricks. Oh, that's awesome. So you can see there is our little piggy train there. Nice little ride for kids. There's our random chirpy mascot that just kind of lives in the park. This guy's cool. And as we wander around here, you can see I've placed down some of the new trees as well. We've got the coloured trees. I've just kind of scattered those around a little bit, just to fill up a little bit of the open space at the moment. Because we're still only at a level 2 park, a lot of the options are still locked off. So our park needs to level up, which it will do over time, which will then unlock more options, which means we can put in bigger and better attractions for our park. We have the spinning teacups just here, another public toilets just there. Then we have our carousel just here. If we move around, we've got our sort of central plaza. There's another mascot just there, look. And then we've got another public toilets just here. Nothing over there yet. And then we'll kind of just walk our way back into our entranceway. So quite a small park at the moment, but plenty of space for this to grow in the future. If we zoom out again, you can see we've got plenty of landmass still in here. And if we take a look at the park options, you can see these are the various things that we've got unlocked. They're all placed in there in some form or another. So there is our piggy train. There's our carousel. There's our teacups. And then the things we unlock at level 3 are the swinging boats, House of Horrors. Bumper cars is also level 3. The drop tower ride unlocks at level 4, as does the pendulum. And then the Ferris wheel at level 5. And a roller coaster. There are a few small little placeables that we could drop in, but we'll kind of fine-tune those bits at a later point, once the park is built up a bit more, I think. So this is our park. If we go to our exploring tool and click on that, you can see we are currently at level 2 and progressing our way through to level 3. We need another, let's see, 1,256 people? 1,255 people to get to our next level. No. 1,303. 1,301. That's how many people we need left. And you can see our entertainment level is already way above our current requirement to get to level 3 as well. So we just need a little bit of time, and that will unlock. We are making less money than we are spending, as you can see. Our income is outweighed by our expenses. We'll try bumping the price up a little bit, see if that helps. But in the grand scheme of things, if this park operates at a little bit of a loss, I'm not too worried, because we're making a lot of money from taxes and other stuff. So there we go. There is the park that we kind of started at the end of the last episode, and I said I would spend some time kind of messing around to unlock a few bits between episodes. So there we go. So it's time for us to get back to building on our city. So I'm trying to remember where we actually decided to start building. Oh, I also emptied out this cemetery. Let's get that ready for use again. There we go. I suppose I could have put a bridge over here actually on the shorter point, but we've got a ferry crossing just there. We've got a ferry crossing just there. It made sense to maybe connect to a main road out of the way over here. So I think we can look at maybe something to spread out this way perhaps. Although we could of course perhaps come this way as well. Let's take a look at our milestones. So you can see we've done the water pollution one. Our population is almost halfway there, not quite, and our average citizen health is nearly there. In terms of our next milestone, we need 48,000 people to get the next area tile, and then we also unlock a few little bits as well. The thermal energy conversion plant, the cargo hub, which we won't be using, the floating cafe, which we will be using, and the nuclear power plant, which we probably won't be using. at least this time out anyway. So let's take a look at getting a new little district built up. We could also look at maybe continuing to work around this little area over here a little bit. It just feels perhaps we could do a bit more over here. We've got no desire or no demand at the moment for accommodation. We have got a huge demand for industry and or office as well, and we've got a pretty big demand for commercial as well. Let's take a look at our citizen stats. We have 21% unemployment. Okay, so we definitely need more jobs. Let's start looking at do some bits over here, so we can actually get rid of our disaster unit now. We don't need that there anymore. We'll keep the flood unit for now, but we don't need that. So let's look at adding in our lumber industry over here. So I want this to kind of, if I can get this about halfway. That's close enough. There we go. What I want to do is I want to plop in a little bit of extra space just so we get some extra buildings in here. We're going to put some lumber industry in here, create a little bit more of an industrial area, or expand our industrial area over here. This is of course going to bring more traffic up here, and may also have some issues with work problems, or not getting enough workers up here, but we'll see. We'll see how it works. We can also look at adding in some industry, some offices as well around our areas. So let's throw in some. Let's dezone part of that actually. Let's dezone that bit there. Like that. In fact, actually, we'll dezone up to the roundabout as well. We'll make this the start of our entrance area here for lumber. And we'll add that bit in there as well. And we'll add that bit in just there. Let's check we have water underneath. We should do. And yes, we do. Excellent. And we've got a power connection here, which will connect up momentarily. So there we go, getting a nice little spurt of logging jobs popping up in the area. Now, not many trees in this area. It's quite sparse tree-wise, so a lot of these are going to be warehouses or lumber mills, where we'll get the odd sort of tree plant just here, spawning on areas where there are some kind of trees or some bits of vegetation, but for the most part we're looking, as you can see, at just warehouses, and that's fine. Why is that not connecting? Did I zone in this block? Ah, okay. We'll take that to there. I'm also going to dezone that line there, just in case I end up bringing that road across. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that yet. There we go. So something spawned close enough. I'm guessing it was this little lumber plant here on the end. Or something has just popped in and it's created this extended area around here for the power, which is now connected via those cables. So good stuff. We've got some more industry in there, and that has helped our industry demand drop a nice little bit. Let's start looking at getting some offices in place back in our city as well. We've got some space, I think, for some more offices perhaps. Just looking around, seeing if I can find a good area for some offices. And I kind of like the idea of maybe having some. Let's see, we've got some over here. Oh, we've got some dead zoning there from where we used to have the tram line run through here. We've even got some dead footpath. Look, let's get rid of that. I thought I cleared all of that out. Any more broken zoning? Yes, there's a little bit here where that footpath used to be. I've got some more broken zoning over here. Not quite sure what happened there. I've got a block of zoning that's broken here. We were talking about moving that, weren't we? That recycle centre. It does seem a bit of an odd place to put it in the middle of a sort of an IT cluster, doesn't it? Let's take that small, solitary, lonely little commercial tower out, and we'll put in an office block in its place. There we go. And let's look at where we can potentially relocate that recycle centre to. Again, we're going to be careful of ground pollution leaching into our citizens over here. And in fact, actually relocating that might have a positive impact on our health as well, moving that away from here. So, let's see, I guess over here. Purple's pollution, orange is noise. It's going to impact on those buildings a little bit. I don't really want to do that. It's going to be somewhere I can plonk this. Let's move this perhaps up here. I don't want to overload that network unnecessarily. Where can I drop this? I suppose if I just relocate this one aside a little bit more. Move that one to there. And then we'll grab that one. And where are we? Down here. There we go. There, we can just about get away with that. The very, very faint little clipping over the back of the building's just there. I'm happy with that. So, apparently there's a water connection issue over here. We must be just outside. Oh yeah, just outside the range of the pipe. So we'll just extend that slightly. And that should take care of that. There we go. I do think we need to relocate our sewage building just there. That could relocate up here. No problem at all. So we'll just extend our road here just a little bit. Let's relocate this for a second. Plonk it wherever I can. That'll do, just as a temporary thing. Let's pause. Let's put our road in. There we go. Let's move this out the way as well. Put it there for a second. Let's grab this. Now there is a risk that we may possibly cause some contamination. But I'm hopeful that we'll be okay. I need to make sure it gets plumbed in. There we go. And I need to make a little bit more room with the roads so that we have space for our power plants. Or our recycle plants. Incinerators, that's the word I'm looking for. So I need to be here, don't I? Just off the top. There we go. Bring that one to there, and there's the other one. Place that there, out of the way. Okay, so a little bit of reorganising done over there. There is our worker shortage, as predicted and expected. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rework this a little bit. So we're going to bring this around to here as well. So if we go to tram lines. The length of the route is now getting very, very long, so it's perhaps not the most ideal route, but it'll do as a temporary stopgap. It's certainly a better choice than buses at this stage. Just given the distance and the amount of buses that would need to travel up here. Tram is certainly the better option. If we bring the tram over to here. Curve this around so it straightens up. If we can. It's not quite straight, but it's straight enough. And then we want to go one way. We are using right-hand traffic. So there we go. And now we need to go to the routes. That stop. If I can grab it. Need to drag that all the way over to here. We'll stick it there. There we go. And we can now add in a few other stops. So we have a pathway just here. We'll put in a stop there. I'll have to put a footbridge in as well. Let's see, where else can we put a stop in? We can put one in over here as well. There we go. And then we'll put a stop just there. And then that will feed into this district over here. Alright, so let's get some footpaths in place. So we can feed access for our workforce. There is it. Take the tree out, see if that helps. It's not connecting up, is it? It's not quite sitting there. That's clashing with the road. So, just to make definitely sure then, let's take out this building here. Actually, I'm supposed to take the whole building out. Let's just take out that strip of the building and do that with our path. There we go. So people will get off just here. Oh, hang on, where have we put the stop? We put the stop on the inside, have we? No, stop's on the outside. Okay, so they'll get off, they'll walk along, and boom, straight into the area there. That's that one done. We've got a stop over here. Where is it? Where's the one that we put in? That's over here, isn't it? There we go. There's our stop just there. So again, we need a footbridge and a footpath. Bring the pathway down, and we'll also take a path up and over. Bring that down right next to the stop there. So a slightly longer way up and a shorter way down. Why not? And then we've got another stop over here. This is the original terminal point. So our stop is just there. So once again, we need to connect up. Now, there are no connecting points to the plaza, unfortunately. It's not like the parks where we can get these cut-throughs, but the plaza is a nice little feature to have. We'll just do the same thing. So we'll have a path that comes all the way down like that, and then we'll just put a bridge going up and across and down again on the other side. We'll get that one to kind of match up. There we go. And I think that's everything we need to do. So let's get the trams running again. Just going to break that one initially because it was on the loop that we deleted. But it shouldn't affect this one here. Let's speed time up a bit so we can follow it round. Okay, so it's kind of reset the route. So this one's going all the way, I think, to the end. It's going to come all the way over to here, and then it should kind of pick the route up from there. In a way, it's kind of a shame we can't ride first person, or, you know, not first person, but, you know, inside the tram. I'm sure that'd be kind of cool. So they've got out and they're immediately queuing up again. Have I got the stop wrong? There we go. So they're reacting to the stops now. Okay, so a couple of people getting on, nobody getting off. Didn't expect it on this first round of stops anyway. A load of people getting on. Moving back around. Very busy stop, this one. Look, lots and lots of people. But almost all of them are able to get on the tram, which is good. It's encouraging. And what about... Oh, wow. Yeah. Look at the number of people at this stop here. That's more than our trams can cope with at the moment. And look how many people are getting off the tram just there as well. Still can't get over just how busy this stop is. I think we may need even more trams on this line. See, it's quite a long wait for the next one, look. That's having some impact on the crowd, but every time we sort of clear a few people away, another wave comes from the estate and immediately fills the spot up again. And it's still quite a long wait for the next tram. It's only just coming into shot there, so we're going to need more trams. How many have we got at the moment? We've got 18 trams on the line. We're going to bump that up to 25. Get an extra 7 trams on the line, just because, I mean, look how many people here are waiting, just constantly waiting to use that. So those extra trams should start flooding onto the line. Where is our tram depot? There it is. You can see them all spilling out. And they're all heading that way, which is frustrating. They're all heading the wrong way. The queue's at the other end. Nope, they all want to go this way. So let's check our queues over this way. Quite a few people milling around over here. Now, the next big stop coming up is the one that I think services our ferry. Yes, there's our ferry. So it's kind of a walk down here and then walk down there to the ferry. Carrying on along, we've got the stop just here. Not many people there. Just picked up. And then into our terminus over here. And again, you can see the footpaths that we have, allowing those people to spill out in multiple directions. Although most of them are running straight for the bus stop over here. And then some kind of split off that way to walk, some go that way. But we've got multiple buses that kind of feed this area. You can see we've got the green bus line just there, and we've got our blue bus line just here. And yeah, look at the number of people that are just going primarily to the bus stop. How many people have we got on the blue bus line? How many buses? We have 15. Let's put another 2 on there. Green line has 7. Let's put 2 more. Our population has gone up since we created these lines, so it makes sense to just increase the number of vehicles. Let's go back and check our trams now that they're starting to spill back up the hill. Slowly but surely. You see them, they're queuing up here, look. I do like that sort of shallow bridge that we've created going over the road like that. I just think that looks brilliant. Looks so much more realistic than what we used to be able to make in the past before they started giving us, you know, stepped incline control. Got a few dead people up here. Stuck in some worker issues as expected. Lots more traffic. Oh, we've got gridlock over here. That's to be expected. Now I have a potential solution to this. And it is a side road sneaking off that way. So see if that has an impact going forward. Look at the amount of traffic that's just completely log jammed on here. There's this stuff that's all wanting to spill. Where is this traffic wanting to go? They're wanting to go into this estate here. I think it might be. We might need to revert this back to one way if this is going to be how it is going forward. Let's see. It's spinning this way. Some of it is. Look how much traffic is now spilling out of our estates. We might need a second freight terminal over here, I think. Which would be frustrating given we just built this. We've got this space here. We could put the freight terminal in here. Yeah, that might be the thing to do. Put a second rail freight terminal in just for those, and then they can filter out this way and not hit that one. Yeah, there we can see a lot of traffic filtering through this way. This is the annoying thing. Look, this traffic. A lot of this traffic wants to go straight out, but it's not utilizing the option because, again, you know, it's 2 lanes, so they're just staying in that left-hand lane. It's a little frustrating. How about we try and con them a little bit? If we move our exit point ever so slightly, we get rid of this and this, and we do this. Let's see if we can use that kind of traffic logic against itself. It's always looking for that kind of short route, and before it was giving us 2 lanes. Oh, it's still not going to work, is it? Look, it's going to get to there and it's not going to work. Well, let's do the upgrade anyway. We're still probably going to have the same problem, just going to move it around the corner a bit. Yeah, the traffic's just staying. This is frustrating. This is where having better traffic control would be so good, so that anything that wants to use this would use this you know, this top lane here, this lane on our right hand side, and anything that wanted to avoid it would go onto the inside and then go on the left hand lane and then around to here, and then could then filter out that way. But it doesn't want to do that. We've got complete gridlock over here. Where is this traffic trying to go? And again, it's just sticking to a single lane. This has completely snarled this up, hasn't it? Let's put more lanes in here. See if that at least gets things moving on the roundabout a little bit faster. A little bit. But again, traffic is not filtering on here. It's just a single lane of traffic. This is so frustrating when it does this. Let's see if we can maybe, again, try and kick the traffic into actually selecting a lane based on where it wants to go on the roundabout. And most of it's now sticking to the middle lane with the occasional vehicle either side. Actually, no, I want that to be a 3-lane, don't I? I'm going to want to trying to create dedicated lanes just for specific. It's not going to work, is it? See, the traffic's filtering down here, but why is it filtering down here if it wants to go this way and then I think what we might need to do is just create some kind of underground slip road to come back out this way. We'll probably deal with our traffic issue a lot better. Some kind of direct access out of this area, either with a raised or sunken road that then just connects up to the highway. Because this is just a mess now. Huge, huge stinky mess. Let's take that piece out. I'm going to take... actually, no, I can put that back in, but let's just change the direction on it. There we go. Get everything to turn around. It'll at least bypass coming down this way and it'll feed into the roundabout over here. That might sort out traffic a bit better, because the stuff that's coming this way seems to want to go into the estate this way here. It's going to cause a turning issue here, traffic turning against itself, but yeah, it's better than the alternative. At least we've got no clashing of traffic turning against each other over here. There's a little bit that goes around, but most of it feeds out that way. So we can try and shrink the roundabout back down again. Let's go to a 2-lane there. That's just still on reverse, isn't it? Make that 2-lane. Make that one 3-lane. So again, we've got a dedicated turning lane just there. We want that one to be 3-lane. I'm going to shrink this bit of road back down to 2-lane there. And we should get people using both lanes now, at least on this strip here. Because some will be turning that way, and then some will be going to the middle lane to carry on going around. So we don't want traffic going in that way, so that stays 2-lane. 3-lane there. We could theoretically even push that to 4-lane in that section there. It would make the roundabout really misshapen, but seems to be flowing a lot better there. It's just really busy over here again. Look, we're getting a little bit of 2-lane use over here, but most of the traffic here is just sticking to one single lane. It's taking the shortest possible route, which is this inside line, this inside lane here. It's so annoying when that happens. But at least we're not getting any major issues with workers over here anymore, which is good. That's kind of sorted itself out. I may yet put in another rail hub. And we've got this space here now, so we could potentially make that the rail hub. It's just a question of where the rail hub's actually going to sit and then where it's going to feed off. So let's put in our cargo station. Ooh, will it fit? About here. I have maybe a little bit more space over here. I'm having real problems at the moment. I don't know if it's the new pad or if it is a problem with my PlayStation's Bluetooth receiver, but for whatever reason my controller is just going nuts. Now, I don't know if I've got something in the room maybe that's causing interference that wasn't there a few weeks ago, or maybe a neighbour has got something new and it's causing interference. I don't know, but for whatever reason my camera just starts panning for no reason at all. So you'll see the camera will suddenly, or I'll try to play something and it'll just shoot off that way, or I'll move and the camera will keep on moving, the cursor will keep moving. I don't know what's causing that at the moment, and it's really driving me crazy. I'm actually going to get on the phone with Sony later and the help team and ask them for some advice. See if I can figure out whether I'm going to have to send the new pad back, or if it's something else. Because I don't want to turn up, and say, this pad I've got, this new pad that I've got, is broken. Give me a replacement, and it turns out that there's nothing wrong with the pad at all, and everything else about it feels absolutely fine. It's just every now and again, it just starts going absolutely mental. Let's see where we can filter stuff. Let's take this out completely here as well. So let's put our hub in here. So let's have a peel off point just here. That should be enough. And we can bring that down like this. And then we could try filtering that there as well. Let's take that out and filter that out that way. There we go. See if that helps. We might just be pushing all the traffic back to here and causing issues here again. We'll see. But I'm hoping that that might work. We can always route this traffic back this way if we need to. So let's go back and put our rail hub in again. go. And now I have both the gradient to go underground naturally anyway, and also, look at that, beautiful. Also, I've got the space to do it as well, which is the important thing. Let's go freeform and curve this around through here, and we'll get this to connect up. Take this piece out and re-angle this. And you see how that suddenly jumped back that way again. I don't know what's causing that, I really don't, and it's driving me crazy. There we go. Right, so we've got our railway looped underneath. That's excellent. We need to make sure there's power and water. Plenty of water. Power's more of an issue. There we go. That should take care of the power situation. Let's see what that does to the traffic. Wow, the industry all of a sudden has got a new connection, and boy are they happy. Look at all those green arrows and listen to those pings. That's insane how quickly the entire area is just going, oh, love it, love it, love it. The entire estate is going under complete reconstruction. That's awesome. That in itself should create a whole new wave of jobs as well. As these plants get bigger and bigger, there'll be more and more vacancies. So that'll also have a positive impact on reducing our unemployment level, which was shamefully, woefully, ridiculously high at 20%. Got to start paying more attention to that figure. There we go. Everything's of a nice little redevelopment. A few buildings still pinging away and levelling up. That was awesome to see that sudden flurry of activity there. And as you can see, actually, we've got a problem here. These logging trucks all trying to get into the estate that way. Okay, so we need to filter those trucks out. So we need to be careful how we do this, because we need, the main traffic here at the moment is filtering out on the quicker route, and we need to keep that route fast. So we're going to freeform this. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get this to behave itself. See, it's fighting me, look. Oh, our park has just leveled up to level 3. Excellent stuff. So next time out, we'll look at adding in those new rides, new attractions. It's fighting me. Let's make this a bit of a twisty route, deliberately. So make this the slower route. Pack it in. And then this will just curve down like that. And hopefully do that and then take this road out. Perfect. We've got the fast route for our standard traffic that just wants to exit the area, and then we've also got a quick route there as well for traffic to loop straight back into the estate. So that should hopefully, take a lot of traffic out of that roundabout that is unnecessarily heading in this way. And then, the stuff that does need to leave can leave. And of course the stuff that does need to come in here takes the long, slow route around here, so it doesn't impact or hold up the traffic that needs to exit this way. That's excellent stuff. Can I actually upgrade that? I mean, it's going to look a bit weird, but it might just be a better option for us. We can upgrade that 3-lane there. So we can try and get 2 lanes of traffic spilling onto the roundabout, potentially. Still fighting me, look. We're getting traffic building up because of the lights. Oh, a little bit of an auto-save there. So we are getting a little bit of two-lane traffic movement. These lights are killing us. Oh, we've got a big fire as well. Luckily the fire engines are on hand, as you can see. So let's change this junction. Let's take out the traffic lights and let's put in stop signs. Ah, come on. There we go. On those three junctions there, so that the exit road here has the priority. And everything else filters into that. That's working quite nicely. Alright, look at that. That's much better traffic flow. Big improvement. We are very busy over here still, and I'm not happy about feeding traffic back out that way, so still need to readdress that. I'll have a think about that between episodes. But next time out we will be expanding Florence Park, adding in those new attractions, and then we will continue to build and add in new zoning. We've got this little block of space over here now, so we'll add in some more high density stuff probably over here. We'll also look at correcting the traffic issue that we have just here, but this little correction has worked out absolutely beautifully, so there we go. Very nice. That's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more City Skylines Cleanup Crew Challenge for Green Cities here on the PS4 very soon.